Hello and welcome to Scare Your Friends, the only podcast on the internet that takes Jeff and Melinda and makes them a couple to make dumb children named Jane the Killer. We are here with Nathan.
Hello.
And Daniel.
Hola.
And Asshole. And Dylan.
Hello.
Good answer.
And William. How's everyone doing today?
Doing
Good.
just
Will's
fine.
back, in case the last podcast
William, how
died.
William, how was therapy?
It was fine. I made a lot of good strides forward, and I think I'm ready to be back into this.
Okay, so today we're reading Jane the Killer. I'm kidding.
He's done.
Dylan, so last time was really interesting because we read Jeff the Killer, and I think two of my friends really enjoyed the experience. They are Dylan and Dan. Why did you two enjoy that experience?
Do we really have to talk about it? Just watch
It's
the
follow-up. It's follow-up,
It's
man.
follow-up.
It's
Okay,
stupid.
I
That's
will
why.
say this. Watch the last video if you're listening to
Come
this,
on.
and you'll see why.
Oh,
We
fucking
liked
hell.
it because it was
Dylan.
fucking terrible. Because
Yeah,
it
it
was
was-
so fucking bad.
All right. Well, I want to hear the differences
Yeah.
here. Nate said he hated me at one point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Multiple times.
I to the point where I actually immediately looked up the fan films, and I could not. I couldn't.
And I posted the infamous photo of William trying to get up the stairs. He collapsed as he was trying to run away from Jeff the Killer, and he was just collapsed by grief. He was barely holding onto the staircase.
It was a dark time for me.
He blacked out and woke up in therapy. But today, hopefully, I can redeem myself and hopefully redeem some of our friendships here. I had a few ideas. I actually spoke last night. I did speak to David King of Midnight Marinara to ask him some advice.
Fucking name drop.
Well, yeah,
Shout
exactly.
out.
Not really. Well, I can't really shout him out because
That's
he's
true.
way bigger than me
Yeah, that's true.
on YouTube and stuff. But
was just saying-
but today we're reading My Dead Girlfriend Keeps Messaging Me on Facebook. I think the title is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, what if fuck?
It seems
Couldn't
awesome.
we have done something?
That is not a
little
great
bit,
title.
Yeah, a little bit more clever than that.
Okay, so
Sure, no, you're right.
so this is our first
So
no.
it's a wiki post, I guess.
No.
Which
This
is
is a
very
no
close.
sleep.
yeah.
So this wiki was probably copied in by not someone who wasn't the original author, is my guess. We're reading the wiki version because that's where the pictures pop up easier. Otherwise, we would have to click them. But this is originally posted in No Sleep. Now, for those of you who don't know, No Sleep is a subreddit
Till Brooklyn?
on.
Yes.
Power through it. Just keep going.
Yes.
No Sleep is a subreddit where people post creepy stories. It kind of is the closest thing back to the original old creepy copypastas. So instead of it being more of a structured story, like, say, The House of Death Forgot, which was kind of like a structured story, this is, I'm making examples. I don't want to say Jeff the Killer, I mean, come on. This is written, so imagine this is more of a post on Reddit. That's kind of the theme, it's written a
I go on Reddit for two things, John. Excuse me, one. And I think we all know what it is.
Is it No Sleep?
No. Anyway.
Alright, but just keep that in mind as we read this, that this was originally written as a No Sleep post. But this is a very famous one, according to the No Sleep wiki.
I was about to say, yeah,
Not wiki, Reddit.
the title makes more sense if you think of it as that sort of like, I don't want
It's
to say
like- it's a
found
post.
footage,
It's
but
a
yeah,
post,
that
yeah.
idea of
It's
like,
a post.
It's
help
just some
please,
dude
my
posted.
tie stuck in the drainage disposal, or something like that. Like, it seems very like
Yeah, there's a lot of
matter-of-fact.
stories like that.
Yeah.
In fact, another one I almost picked, which is even more well-known, the most well-known is called, which we'll read eventually, it's a really long one called, I'm a search and rescue officer, and I have some stories to tell. It's
Shit.
we'll read that. It's like 9 parts. It's really long.
What?
I was planning on doing that eventually. It's like, parts
God,
and
no.
parts.
That sounds like a
But
lot
that's
of
fun.
work.
That's a fun one. I read that whole thing.
That
It's
name reminds me a lot of, what was it? Our song, our band song.
fun. Our Dan and Nate's song when they got
Yeah,
engaged.
Um,
When Dan proposed to Nate, he got down on one knee
Okay.
and.
Okay, no, I like to dribble on with the
I like saucy Dylan.
Can you speak up?
Fucking Dylan.
No one hear you back here.
Anyway!
Whispering.
Now you're Nate. You're wearing the sunglasses in the basement.
Fuck you.
It takes one of them.
Good comeback.
Just unbelievable.
So
I tried.
I'm gonna say this about the title. Look, like, just based on what you're explaining this to be, I like this title. 'Cause
Me
it's very
too,
Short,
yes.
sweet, and to the point. It's like you said, it was a post. It's not like
At the same time, you don't know exactly what that means.
right. And
Exactly.
it's not well. I mean, but anyway,
It's
It could be a
intriguing.
shitty title. It could be like
right.
a good
It's
title.
not like the House that Death Forgot, where you immediately know basically what's going to happen in the entire story. Like, I mean, this
I actually have a pretty good idea of what happens in this
well, yeah,
story.
similarly, but at least this isn't like a story, like you said. This feels just based on this.
This kind of
more
feels
like a post.
imagine this kind of more like the author is having a conversation with you.
Right.
That's kind of the
right.
idea.
When I, like, before we started, like, doing this, when I thought of creepypasta, I would think of something more like this, like a forum post.
Yeah.
A post, yeah, not fully
Yeah,
fledged stories.
That's what I would.
They kind of creepypasta as a whole has kind of evolved into, you know, there's your typical creepypastas we've read. There's the no sleep ones. There's what's the name of it?
The Lost episode.
Well, that's a genre of
Lost
creepypasta.
episodes.
What is it? I can't believe I'm missing this. Never mind.
John, you're
I'll
the
think of it
goddamn aficionado of creepypasta.
No, I'm
you
not.
Bastard, and you
No,
don't
I'm not.
know the
You've let us
genres.
all down.
So for some reason, the title, I don't know why. We ever hear the movie Unfriended that came out like last year?
Yes,
I
that's
don't know
stupid.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it reminds me of that title.
Because
reminds
it's
me
a
of that.
Facebook.
I mean,
thing.
yeah, okay.
This was
Well, they-
okay.
weren't they
So
on Skype or
to be
Yeah, it was-
Yep.
so this was written I think in 2013. So this was way before the Unfriended thing.
Okay.
Oh,
So this is a well-known thing that's been around. For
So this is a relatively fresh pasta.
Well, let's get reading. My dead girlfriend keeps fitness. Dylan, do you have a phone? Do you have any? Are you? You
Who's
look
got
like
it?
you look like a kid that came into the final unprepared as shit. He looks like a guy that doesn't give a shit, and I hate him.
He's got a pencil.
He's giving me 2 middle fingers right now, and I'm gonna slap that kid in the face.
All right, just
Yeah,
start reading it.
I'll break
Let's
your mic.
Buck up,
Try.
Dylan.
let's
You're
let.
gonna break my
I will
mic.
break your mic.
All right, do
Buck
it.
up, Dylan. Come on.
All right. So this is the story. My dead girlfriend keeps messaging me on Facebook. My girlfriend Emily died on August 7th of 2012. I just received another message, and it's worse than the others. She was involved in a 3-car crash, driving home from work when she ran a red light. She was dead within minutes at the scene. We have been dating for 5 years at that point. She wasn't big on the idea of marriage. It felt archaic, she said. Gave her a weird vibe. But if she had been, I would have married her within 3 months of our relationship. She was vibrant. The kind of girl that would choose dare every time. She was happy with camping, but a total technophilia, too. She always smelled like cinnamon.
All right. That being said, she wasn't perfect. She always said something along the lines of, "If I cark it first, don't just say good things about
What
me."
does that mean?
I think die.
It
I would
sounds like-
assume, but what kind of link is that?
No, it sounds like. Wait.
Yeah.
If I cark it first.
would
That's just
assume-
like a...
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
all right.
weird...
Who
That's a...
wrote
Okay.
This?
Anyway, I've
like
never
Hokey.
liked.
It's just a wrong word.
I've never liked that. If you don't pay me out, you're doing me a disservice. I've got so many flaws, and that's just another part of me. So, this is for M. The music she said she liked and the music she actually liked were very different. Her idea of affection was a side hug. She had really long toes like a chimpanzee. What
Who
the?
talks like not the narrator, but this who talks like this? Hey, if I die, don't say all these great things about me. How does that
It
come
might
up
just
in
be the...
conversation?
Well, I mean, it's just the person, I think. But
Yeah, she's just a very based on what is it. I mean, some of this.
I can kind of picture the kind of girl Emily is, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of
She's very-
down
she's
to...
very
More down to
tangible.
earth, not really
Yeah.
affectionate, but kind of, you know...
Yeah.
Like, what's coming up next? Okay, I'll just.
I mean, cark's a weird word, but maybe... I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just...
I
it's
just
sort of-
find this whole like, here's this long speech she gave me about what to do when she died, which seems a little weird.
I
and
think it might have been
stunted.
like a jokey... I could picture her kind of joking around.
It's not written No, you're doing me a disservice. I have so many flaws. They're a part of me. This is written like
I don't think
some-
she would say it like... I don't know.
It's quoted.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know
quoted.
shit. Yeah, but you're putting it in a certain tone, like she's like dead
It's
serious.
written in that tone.
I don't think like she expected. It's clear she's young, right? She didn't expect to die this early.
So why is she talking about
She
it?
might have been like, oh, if I cark first, don't say any good things
I
about
feel
me.
like I'm
you
gonna
know?
agree with John on this one. I feel like it's just the way he's describing the character. Like,
I don't think she's like, listen to me, you son of a bitch.
right? It's like semi-serious, but not really. Like
Yeah.
she's kind of playfully joking with him, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I get what he's saying.
This guy must have been super head over heels for her to be like, dude, if I ever die,
Yeah.
just really tone it down a little. Like, you're crazy, alright?
Again, I don't think she's dead in that tone.
Go-
But,
go
all right, Dan.
ahead.
Alright,
No, I'll finish off that little. I know that's tangential,
Tangential.
but I don't feel right without you having an idea of what she was like. Em had been dead for approaching 13 months when she first messaged me.
All right, so this is the
What?
crux of. So this is the. I'm going to show this on screen.
Right.
So this is the message. So who wants to be Emily? Dylan, why don't you be Emily?
No,
No, I don't think it's a bad. I think it's a bad idea.
Don't
Alright.
be Dylan, Emily.
All right, I'll be it. All right, I'll do
Okay.
Emily. Hello. Who wants to be Nathan?
I guess I'll.
Are you?
Oh yeah, that fits.
All right, yeah, it fit. All right, take to it. Come on, man.
Who is this? It's really weird receiving messages from Emily's account. Okay, well, in the future, please send me messages for your account, even if you want to discuss her page.
Hello.
Susan, you're on Emily's account.
This
So
is
the
already
message, by the way, is titled September 4th, 2013.
right.
So now he's going to explain it. So Dan, why don't you do the little?
That already. This is a little fucked up. Like, imagine being on Facebook and like the love of your life. Like she's been dead for over a
13
year. And somebody,
months.
13 months.
yeah, and somebody starts like messaging you on her account. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a little.
All right.
It's you.
This is when I know. This is when it began. I had left Emily's Facebook account activated so I can send her the occasional message, post on her wall, go through her picture. Okay, it's a little weird, but I get it. It's part of the grieving
It's a
process,
grieving
right?
process.
It felt too final and too un-Emily to memorialize it. I share access with her mother, meaning her mother has her login and password and spent a total of 3 minutes on the account, or a total on the computer. After a little confusion, I thought it was her. That's weird. He gave her mom, so he's typing all this shit to her, and like her mom could read it.
November 6th, 2013. Hello. Let's head up blank trail this Sunday.
Oh. Who the fuck is this?
The wheels on the bus.
Please tell me who you are.
Wait, so her mom had access?
Yes,
To Emily's Facebook.
to Emily's Facebook.
Oh,
and he had as
post-mortem.
well.
But she
Okay.
had, but he says that she's not a computer
Do you
person.
want to do that?
Yeah.
Her name is Susan.
All right, go ahead, Dill.
I'd received confirmation from Susan that she hadn't been on Em's profile since the week of her death. Em knew a lot of people, so I thought it was one of her tech-savvy friends fucking with me in the worst possible way.
So now you see these pictures. So I guess that's him blacked out. And so the way that Facebook works is you tag someone in the photo,
Right.
and that little box
Box
is where
comes up.
someone. So she's getting tagged in two photos.
Basically, Emily's tagged in empty space, like next to where he is in the
Okay,
picture.
and now what? And now you can read about it.
I got it. I got it.
So that's kind of
Okay.
uncomfortable.
That's clever. Okay.
Around February 2014, Emily started tagging herself in my photos. I would get notifications for them, but they'd normally be removed by the time I got to the picture. The first time I actually caught one, it felt like someone had punched me in the gut. She would tag herself in spaces where it was plausible for her to be, or where she'd usually hang out. I've got screenshots of 2, from April and June. These are the only ones I've been able to catch, so they're a little out of the timeline I'm trying to write out. Around this time I began to lose sleep. I was too angry to sleep. She would tag herself in random photos every couple of weeks. The friends who noticed it thought it was some fucked up bug. I found out recently that there have been friends who have noticed and didn't say anything about it. Some of them even removed me from their Facebook friends list.
Shit.
At this point you may be wondering, why didn't you just kill your Facebook profile? I almost wish I did. I did for a little while. On days when I can't get out there, it's nice to have friends to chat with. It's nice visiting Em's page when the little green dot isn't next to her name.
Oh, I like that sound.
I
so
was
much.
already socially reclusive when Em was alive. Her death turned me into something pretty close to a hermit, and Facebook and MMOs were my only real social outlets.
That's a little weird. Okay, hold on, wait. What you said with the sentence you said you liked, it's nice visiting Em's page when the little green dot isn't next to her.
Yeah, that's why I like that sentence.
That's a little, like...
It's fucked.
It is really
That's...
fucked.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and we can already tell this guy seems like a very rational person. Like this is what a shitty.
Does he?
This is what a shitty creepy.
I would say so.
This is what a shitty creepypasta author would do. I saw her name. I saw the
I
green
mean-
dot, and I was horrified.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, "There's a ghost haunting her profile."
Oh yeah, like it's not tropey.
Yeah, it's
No,
not
it's
tropey.
not. It's not tropey, and I feel like if I was put in this situation, and I was dating a girl for 5 years that I was madly in love with, and she died, I feel like I would do something similar. And if she started messaging me, I would fucking freak out too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everything that's happening right now in the story feels really organic and really natural based on what the information we've been given in the beginning. To me, that's how I feel. I'm really digging this story right now. I like the way it's presented.
Those of you that don't follow Facebook, the green dot shows if somebody's online, basically.
Right.
like for messaging, yeah.
So this is March 15th, 2014.
All right. Alright, I'm sorry from there. Why are you doing this? Why do you keep tagging her?
I sent what I assumed was M's hacker a message. On March 25th, I got an answer. Hello? 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 Hello?
This is actually devastating. I don't know why you enjoy doing this.
OMG, cinnamon scented candles.
Go to hell.
Why are you doing this?
That's fucked. Holy
It wasn't until a few months after going through these chats that I discovered that she was recycling my own words as well. My responses seem kind of lackluster here. I was intentionally providing him/her with emotional bait. This is actually devastating. To keep them interested in their game. I was working off the assumption that this would be the kind of person who would do this. Who would do this is the kind of person that thrives off the distress of others. I was posting in tech forums trying to find out how to find this person, contacting Facebook. I needed to keep them around to gather evidence. I had even changed the password and security details several times. So this is April 16th, 2014. I received this. Why are you doing this? We should make our own. All right, so but why are you doing this? This is what I really like about this. The why are you doing this is actually
He's
from the
repeating,
previous.
Yeah.
So it's 325, and now this is what it looks like. The Facebook.
Right.
So this is on 416. We should make our own jam. JFC Samantha. Nah, different. No choice of passing. No choice of passing. How many? Garage side door. Side. No chance of passing. April 29th, 2014. Baked beans on toast. I don't know. I just ask Nathan. Nathan.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know how you're so good doing this. Please stop.
Please stop. I don't know what's happening.
What the? Alright. I hadn't discovered any leads. Facebook had told me the locations her page had been assessed from, but since her death, they're all places I can account for. My house, my work, her mom's house, etc. My response here wasn't bait. Yo, ask Nathan was an inside joke that's too lame for lame worth explaining. But seeing her again say it again was absolutely fucking crippling. My reaction in real life was much less prettier. Her last few messages have started to scare me, but I wouldn't admit until this point.
May 8th, 2014. Danny, can you read the words for this?
I don't even have words for this.
-12, -15. My jumper's in the dryer and it's really cold out. Really cold out. Cold. Nathan, please stop. Cold. Freezing. I don't know what's happening.
For easing is the first original word she's, ? Said. This is giving me nightmares that just won't end. I kept dreaming that she's in an ice cold car, frozen blue and gray. I'm standing outside the car in the warmth, screaming for her to come out. She doesn't realize I'm there. Sometimes her legs are outside with me. Holy fuck.
May 24th, 2014.
I'm really drunk. I miss you. Whoever's on this account, I don't give a fuck. I keep coming home from work and expecting to see you at the computer. Shouldn't I be used to that by now?
Let me walk.
I wasn't really drunk. Em wasn't an affectionate girl, and it always embarrassed her to exchange I love yous, cuddle, talk about how much we meant to each other. She was more comfortable with it when I was drunk. I pretended to be drunk a lot. Alright. Her reply is what prompted me to finally memorialize her page, thinking we might put this to an end. It might seem innocuous to her previous message. It's from an old conversation when I was trying to convince her to let me drive her home from her friend's house. You want to go?
In the collision, the dashboard crushed her. She was severed in a diagonal line from her right hip to midway down her left thigh. One of her legs was found tucked under the back seat.
Ooh.
Oh.
So now we know how she died.
Okay.
It was a car accident.
So that would make, well, they said that, but that would make
Oh,
sense.
yeah. Is that? Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because that would make sense, because in the dream, he's next to her fucking severed legs, which is fucked up.
Alright.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gray Street somewhere. Hey.
So that Gray Street somewhere was from 628. Then this is on 8-7.
This is going 2 years back, so this is Facebook
Oh, yeah,
messages
that's true.
from when
From when he was
trying to get in touch with her.
Live, yeah.
Okay, so...
Oh, this was the night she died. Okay.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
start again then. Gray Street somewhere. Hey, you're on your way home, Emily? When you see this message, please ring me straight away. I rang and they said you left at 4. I'm starting to panic. I feel sick in my stomach. Please ring me. Emily, answer your phone.
August 7th, 2012. Going back in time.
Dylan, go ahead.
Yeah. You can,
Going back in time, these are the messages I sent her the day she died. She was usually home by 4:30. This, alongside a couple voicemails, is the last time I talked to her under the assumption that she was still alive. You'll see why I'm showing you these soon. I got these messages yesterday.
This is July 1st, 2014. Hello, are you on your way home? Emily, when you see this, message me. Please ring me. Straight away. Please stop. I rang blank, and they said that you left at 5. I'm starting to panic. Please stop. Cold. Emily, answer your phone. I don't know what's happening. Cold. Freezing.
See, this,
So now the hacker is talking... Yeah, he's saying...
But this, I don't know if this is a typo or this might be
number?
relevant. The number changed.
Yeah.
When he wrote, he said you left at 4. When she wrote, she said you left at 5.
Yeah.
So maybe around 5 o'clock was when she died, which would make sense.
Maybe you think he had to do anything with the fact that he was texting her and she
Maybe.
on her phone?
Maybe, yeah.
Well, he was messaging her on Facebook, and she wasn't responding to the messages.
You can still look at them without having to
So yeah,
respond.
this person's
Right.
just going back and copying and pasting all of her like old. Wait, can you do that? Is there any way to access that? Is this public or is this a private chat? These messages that they're exchanging. back and
These
forth?
are
private chats.
Private
Yeah, it's
chats
private.
between friends.
It's
on Facebook.
basically like
Oh, so it's not
this.
on
You're
her
like
wall.
AIM.
Yeah, no. It's not on your wall at all.
No, it's
all
yeah.
private.
I mean,
Okay.
he's memorializing her page, which is
You
like,
can actually see
people will
Emily-
See that it's
So,
in
like, if you look at
memoriam.
the
but-
last post, it says Emily. Her last name's blank, but now it says memorial on it.
Right.
Yeah.
So now the page is
I'll
memorialized.
get mad. I'll get mad if it's just him saying it and saying it's a hacker and just him posting the shit.
Like I was just
Mhm.
wondering whether or not a third party could gain access to these exchanges.
Well, I mean,
Hackers
it's
not-
possible.
Hackers can hack a Facebook
Right.
account and then message their friends.
Right. It's
You
possible.
could PM your friends.
The
if
worst-
but if you hack an account, would you be able to see older exchanges?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There-
So
there-
then
what's
that's
what's
still...
weird? What's weird about Facebook is you can't actually delete messages. You can only archive them, which is fucking
yes.
weird.
That's
Yeah.
you can't really delete your account either.
So
No,
it's
you
like
really
on the
can't.
internet.
But
It's very
it's
hard.
weird that you can't. I've always noticed that, like, you know, in previous relationships where you kind of just want to be done with the person, you know, you go to delete it and it just archives it, so it's saved forever,
Yeah.
just not in your message
All right,
box.
but let's assume it's a hacker, and let's say that this hacker is going into Emily's Facebook and coming back with these old messages.
Right.
I mean, it's still like why?
It's very fucked
Like,
up, yeah.
I mean,
pretty
I mean,
shit.
wait.
9 times out of 10, when you get hacked on Facebook, somebody posts a photo of fucking Ray-Bans and tags 45 of your friends. That's literally it. That's the
Yeah.
extent of it.
I mean, it could be like a douche friend too, like just who knows
Yeah,
the
but like,
password and
this
stuff.
is
That's not
fucking
friend.
yeah.
That's,
This is really cruel. Like, this is one of the
Emily
coolest
used to be
things
my
I've
friend, so
seen.
I'm gonna go on her Facebook.
We've seen
He
moments
could've-
where there's
he
like a
could've
friend
brought-
who's really close, and then there's like they want revenge, so they do something really ridiculous for something stupid.
What were you gonna say?
He
Yeah.
could have wronged somebody that he thought he didn't wrong,
That's
and
true.
they're coming back and saying,
That's-
"Aha,
yeah,
fuck
that's
you,
true.
buddy."
Yeah, either way.
There's multiple options.
It's not good.
It's not good. None of them are good.
Nope. I memorialized her page a few days after the message about walking. Until today, she'd been quiet. She hadn't even been tagging herself in my photos. I don't know what to do anymore. Do I kill her profile? What if it is her? I feel like I want to puke. I don't know what's happening. I just got a notification. I heard the alert sound. I'm just too afraid to swap windows and check it. I checked the alert. I heard it as I was compiling all this together. This was the message.
That's a picture.
It's a picture of,
Trying to-
like, outside of
Is
a
that Sonic the
door.
Hedgehog?
Isn't that like
It's
outside?
like the Sonic
it's
the
a
Hedgehog
computer.
state.
It looks like
That's
she's,
on
she's
computer.
she. It looks like whoever's taking a
Somebody's
picture is
taking
looking
it.
at somebody.
Yeah.
on
Someone's taking a
computer.
picture like through a window or a door. At
And it
someone else
says
on a computer.
freezing.
And it says freezing.
All right, finish
That's
it off.
that's my door. That's my computer. I got the message 3 hours ago, but I didn't want to check it until now. Now I'm legitimately scared. I have no idea who took this photo.
Oh fuck!
And that's it. That is my dead girlfriend keeps messaging me on Facebook, and we don't know what happened to
Yeah,
her.
this is very much like what I more expected creepypasta to be. Just
Right.
sort of this very open-ended, casual, sort of internet post-styled story.
I can't even. Get
Well,
back
this
to
is
it.
And we haven't read very many of these.
right.
like,
I was
types.
about to say this is one of those other tales from the internet ones.
Yep.
Which again, I really
Yeah, I
like
should
these
have mentioned
ones.
that. Yeah.
No, I
It's-
mean that's fine. I really enjoy these ones because again, this is the for this style of story, this is the perfect medium to tell it in. Because again, the anonymity of the internet, he doesn't know if it actually is her. He doesn't know if somebody's fucking with him. There's that whole reveal at the end. I enjoy the story for all those reasons, that we don't know if it actually is a ghost or if it's somebody really fucking with him.
That'd be. I think it's even more terrifying if it is a hacker, because that means he took that photo, or he or she took that photo.
Yeah, that's even like your
and
name.
left.
But like Dylan said, it has. Well, not necessarily, because you can geotag someone or track where their IP address is coming
That's
from.
pretty close to the door, though.
But, right. But I mean, it could be what Dylan said, where it's somebody he knows because they know where he lives. So
Maybe.
it's
Dylan, what do you think of the story overall? Start with you.
I had no problem with it, but like listening to the whole thing, it feels like one of those stories where someone's trying to find who the hell's messing with them.
Right.
That's what
It kind of reminds me. When I look at the narrator, I think of a younger version of Charles Watts almost from Funny Mouth.
Your favorite character.
Well, yeah, I like
I
this.
slam her on the keyboard.
Well, yeah, no, he's not. This narrator's not as fucked up.
I broke everything in my house.
He's not as fucked up as that guy. But I mean, it's the same thing where he's being very rational about this. He's not. No.
But this seems like someone who's trying to take a joke to a much more darker place.
Is it though?
If it's
There's a few endings that it could be.
That's one of the few. That's one of the few endings.
I mean, maybe it is a ghost that's haunted her Facebook. It could be that. It's as plausible as a ghost could be.
As technology goes today, I mean, anything's possible.
Right. I mean, the ghost haunting the Facebook is.
It's hilarious.
It's fucking stupid, right? It sounds like a shitty horror movie.
It's a cheesy idea.
Right, but
Just a picture of
again, the reason why this works is because of the anonymity of the internet.
How'd you hold the camera, ghost?
Yeah,
You
like-
know, that's kind of.
It's clearly somebody.
Heaven has great Wi-Fi.
And I mean, that's probably like the biggest thing for me. That's why I'm so kind of like, I don't dislike the story, but it's very flat to me.
Yeah.
Because he has access to the account, and it's so transparently like not even attempting to be real. But it's put under the guise that it's supposed to be. No. Here's the thing: is that normally when you read like a story, you know going in that it's a work of fiction. This is portrayed as a real event, and I guess I'm taking it too much at face value, which I guess you're expected to. Right. And it's just so clear that he has total access to this account. He's just posting all this and screenshotting it, and it just seems weak to me. Like, the whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, wow, he really typed all that out. That's cool. Good on you. Because he's posting the pictures from Facebook, and that's fine, and I guess it's supposed to add to sort of the realness of it. It's doing the opposite for me. It's super pulling me out of it.
Well, that's fair. I can understand that.
It was good.
It was good. I think the author should die.
As a user of Facebook.
Well, I do use. If anything, I'm the only person here who really uses Facebook the most. Whatever.
We don't have a banned Facebook page.
You should like the Skillfully Facebook.
Yeah, you like comments.
Follow Suburban Zombie.
But it was. I didn't expect it to just end like that immediately. I expected more from it. But in a sense, what can you do more? Because after that, it's all about like a suspenseful kind of thing, like a crime-solving thing. Of where you're gonna find this guy? Who's like, if it's a guy, is you gonna find him? Like, so I think they left it off really well there. But I think it's whatever.
The end is.
Like you said, it is flat. It's just
The end is a little tropey, and you're right. It's very, very straightforward.
Yeah. Well, the problem I originally seen out, I'm looking back at this last photo.
Right.
Where is he on the computer?
You can't see the.
I mean, that's my door. He says that's my door. That's my computer. He's not there.
He's not there, but he knows
it's his computer.
The idea is someone's taking pictures of his computer.
Or it could just be him trying to get people sympathy.
Yeah, no, I know.
Right.
No,
that's the mystery.
Dylan thinks it's one of those people that are like posting like, "I'm gonna kill myself tonight just to get attention." Which fuck those people. But anyway, I can see. But that's the thing. This story is cool because like it's one of those stories that's open-ended. Right? Right.
It's fine. It's very one note. The title
straightforward,
was "My Dead Girlfriend Keeps Messaging Me."
That's
on
like
Facebook,
very straightforward.
And by God, that's exactly what
Yeah.
And
So-
I mean, but because of the style,
And then I woke up.
Oh God! Damn it. because of the style, the way the story is told, I mean that makes sense, right? Like it's very one note, straightforward. Because what else would this guy be posting about? This is the entire post, right?
But like, see, like another. I think we read. What is it? Was it Smiling Man, which was also like a no sleep styled written story?
No,
Like,
that
I
was.
like,
Well,
I was-
actually, I don't know if that was.
like, I was
actually-
funny mouth.
No, the one where she was like, I was walking outside.
Oh
guys,
yeah,
and
no,
you won't
Smiling
believe this.
Man.
I don't think that was.
For
I
whatever
don't know if that
reason,
was
awesome
also-
that was way more believable for me. Maybe
Yes.
because it was more traditionally told and not like so much Facebook oriented.
That's true.
Well, to be fair,
I'm just trying to figure out what about this story strikes me as so like non-legitimate, and I guess it's the fact that he has access to the Facebook profile.
right.
Like I'm not.
It would be
guess.
significantly creepier if
he
it
did.
wasn't, right?
If he had no access
But at
to it,
but at the
it'd be
same
creepier.
time, he says later on in the story, I kept changing the password. I kept doing this and that, and whoever's on here still has access to it.
Exactly, but
So
so
that's
does he.
creepy. Right, okay, that's fair.
I
fair.
can't get past it.
That's
Okay,
I
I'm
guess.
sure.
Oh, it's a
So this
I-
is here's my theory.
Okay.
My thoughts on this. First of all, even though this has only been a half hour and a much shorter story, the fact that we have been speaking about it and and having an interesting discussion for 8 minutes and we
It's
feel
like-
all energetic
It's like funny.
compared
man.
to Jeff the Killer, where we were all just
Oh,
done
yeah.
by the end.
Oh, this is 1,000 times better.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I like this because it has a lot of discussion. But this is my theory on this. I agree with William, but that's why I think I like the story a lot. I like that I really feel like there's a lot of extra effort that this author put into the story to try and make it as believable as possible. I think if you're going to make a story about PMs on Facebook, this is the way you're going to do it.
Right.
I think he nails that aspect of it. I mean, true, he could be potentially writing all the messages himself, but
Potentially.
again, I mean, I like the.
I need attention. I'm sorry, Joe.
It's all right. But I mean, when I try not to remember that this is a creepypasta. I try to look at it and just try to experience it. It's like watching a good horror movie. On some level, it's fake. It's fake, right? Like every horror movie you watch, it's fake.
Absolutely.
If you can just accept, if you get past that and you just go into the world of the story, then I think that this is legitimately creepy. I think this author put a lot of extra work and a lot of extra time. He had to get I don't know if there's a way to get the dates to match up to cheat that. I mean, I'm sure there is.
He probably photoshopped
There
it.
absolutely
Yeah, I'm sure
is.
there is.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I think it's very creative. I think there's no other story like this. There's stories that have pictures, but of course.
Yeah, I would
But
say
not
that would be very
not
surprising.
But I mean, I don't know. This stands out for a reason. I think it's because he nails the aspects of it, and for what it is, this isn't. I don't think he wrote this to be. Because the other thing that people forget about when they read like popular creepypasta is the author writes this. They're not expecting this.
Is
to
the
be
author
popular.
anonymous?
No, it's Nate SW.
Oh.
Okay.
Look at that,
Nate Southwest.
Nathan.
I will.
So shout out to Nate. Good story, man. But
He's right here.
Oh my guys.
all right, fine. Better Nate.
I wrote
Shout out to you.
Oh,
I'm kidding. All
I'm
right.
gonna go hack someone's Facebook account.
to prove to you that I'm better.
I'm gonna make a sequel. My dead girlfriend keeps posting me on Twitter. My grandma keeps posting me on Tumblr.
I will
I'm triggered.
I will
mean-
say the thing that I really enjoyed. It was a little aside in the story, but the thing that I like the most, and he sort of flips it later on, which kind of annoyed me. But I like that he is at one point he's beyond emotionally upset and he's just annoyed. And he decides to try to play along to see
I
if
like
somebody
that a
gives
lot.
up.
Yeah.
Right, and then like the next paragraph, it's like, and then she starts sending the really personal
There are-
shit, and then he
There are
flips it.
two characters in this story, and I feel like for what it could be, I feel like I got to know Emily pretty well.
Right.
For being a dead woman that's been dead for
Okay,
13
dead
months
woman?
at time
Okay.
of writing,
You say
I
that?
kind of, yeah.
You say that, please tell me then what the fuck she's doing on his Facebook page. Was their relationship not as good as he thought it was for her to be tormenting him in the afterlife?
It could be.
Maybe.
Because, like, genuinely, like, if we're gonna, like I don't want to do this, but
He's
if we're
like-
actually going to assume this is a ghost, what is her deal? She paints it as, like, we were perfect, and I loved her, and she was Adonis, and it was like, and she's like,
that could be.
and she comes back and she's like, I'm cold. bitch. Torture yourself. Emily, I'm Emily. I'm dead. I'm Emily.
Because he's responsible for the car accident. He's like, if you ever leave me, I'll fucking cut your brakes.
Like,
Well, the thing is,
like,
I mean,
I was waiting for that twist, actually. I was waiting for it to somehow be his fault. And that's why she's back
good, the
in
phone's
on him.
But maybe that's why it's not casual, you know, like that's something you would expect, but then they just twisted it and
Yeah, but there was, like, no twist then. Like, it was just super streamlined.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is, like, I mean...
I think you critiqued Emily for being this like cold-hearted person who's like, if I die, or if I narc out or whatever it was, if I kirk out. You basically were early on being like, oh, I can't believe she.
No,
would
I didn't say
that.
she was cold. I said that's not a way a human talks.
I think
said
it is.
really...
I think it is.
Okay, hold on a second.
no.
No.
Here we go.
I think it is. That is the way.
All right,
Back on cars, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. All right. Go.
All right, ready? Do human beings talk this? Imagine you're having a casual conversation. No threat of dying, all right?
No threat.
And your significant
There's
other...
constant threats of dying.
All right. Well, we don't think. Are you going to die tomorrow, Dan?
I could.
But you're not thinking about it. You're not like...
Sometimes.
Now I'm fucking thinking about it.
All right, don't. Well, we all know that. But look, it's this idea where she's like, oh, if I cark it first, don't say good things about me. If you
It's
don't
your
pay me
tone,
out,
though.
You're
Yeah,
doing
but
me
you
a
don't-
disservice.
it's your
All
tone.
right, let me do it monotone. If I cark it first, don't just
It's not
say good
even
things
that.
about me. If you don't pay me out, you're doing me a disservice. I've
Okay,
got so
look,
many
I
flaws.
imagine-
Listen, you don't know
It's-
what the conversation was though
It's
beforehand.
just the
You're
line.
front loading the
All right,
dialogue with
it's-
your own perception.
It's fair enough. When it's
John's
just,
tearing his hair out.
I
I'm not.
guess,
I'm stretching my arms.
I
I'm
guess-
that
I-
upset.
I guess the line where it says "I've got so many flaws" and that's just another part of me screams DeviantArt blog.
Okay.
That's just a super
Alright,
cheesy
maybe.
line.
Look,
That's
I'm just
fair.
saying that I imagine them just sitting on the couch, just hanging out, because she's not an overly affectionate
Right, we don't
woman,
know what they
and
were
she's
talking
like,
about.
I kind of feel like I feel like she's kind of like one of those deadpan like jokesters, you know, like has like, hey, listen, you know, if I die tomorrow, if I whatever it is, cark out.
If she was like, if I die,
I mean, even
talk
the
a lot
way
of shit about me.
cark's a funny word.
No,
I'm
it isn't. It's not a
seriously.
real word. You can't just. That's nonsense.
It's
talk.
like one of them
It's
English
not.
style slang.
Look, if she turned and was like, "Hey, if I die, just talk shit about me, all right? Don't do this garbage you always do." That makes sense. But this kind
I
of like
think
just
that's what it was.
flowery,
I think you're just
stilted
really on this
speech.
word. You're on one word. and
No,
that's
no,
the
no, no,
problem.
no. It's just a very stilted speech.
All
That's
right,
all.
fine.
That's
We'll agree to disagree. That's fine.
Cock.
All right, so now is the section of the podcast where we go to Dylan on the Melinda scale. Da-na-na-na. Melinda scale.
Wait, I don't think I was here for that at all.
No, you were.
What? No, stop. Melinda scale. Dylan,
This is the
where do you
problem.
put the narrator on the Melinda scale?
Ever since I said of this, he's picked two good ones that don't even require.
Yeah, they
No,
don't.
no,
scale.
this
This requires
one
it.
can. This one can.
This
He-
is his.
he didn't
How did he
deactivate
take
the
it?
account.
How did he take it?
Think about his actions, Dylan.
All right, let's go. Let's have him think.
Okay.
If you listen carefully, you hear the greens grinding. The gears are grinding.
The greens grind.
The greens are grinding.
The bruise on the ground.
Are we doing this?
Yes.
So we're doing this on a scale of Melinda to 10.
No, that's his.
Charles Watts.
His thing.
Charles Watts being the most logical.
Dylan.
Melinda being the
Dylan.
least logical.
Yeah, let me think. Damn it.
Okay.
Well, in the
Well,
meantime,
you have the way he's reacting to said
I
conversation.
love when Dylan explains.
I'm gonna
things.
fucking kick your ass.
Come on.
Holy
Let
shit.
the
this
boy
is fucking-
talk.
Wait,
All right.
wait. Yeah, but wait. I don't know what
Nick
he's
doesn't understand
explaining.
it.
I have
People
no idea
explain
what's
it
going
to you.
on.
Oh yeah, we never told Nate about the Melinda scale.
You guys like my moon was going. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You should have watched the podcast.
Just watch episode
It's
11.
basically
if you
how
don't-
dumb the protagonist is in face of the challenges and threats they face.
In episode
Melinda
11.
being the dumbest.
Yes.
Okay.
You need to read The House the Death Forgot.
I'm not a supporter
read
of this
it, it's
podcast.
just
I
our
don't care
podcast.
about it.
All right, Dylan.
Go ahead. Dylan.
I rate from Melinda to Charles Watts in between because of how
I rate him Lumberjack Dad.
That's a robot.
We'll go right under Lumberjack.
No, I see what you're saying.
No, where
Yeah.
would lumber? That wouldn't apply. It's a
I'm-
robot.
It's a joke.
All right, whatever. Go. Go.
It'd be in between because there are some certain things where I'm like, okay, he's being very stupid about it. Then at the same time, it's like, okay,
Why is he stupid?
the way he's reacting to this whole thing is like, oh my gosh.
I think it's perfectly
I
logical.
think it's logical too.
Break the account right away. Just deactivate it.
Well, no,
Yeah,
but
that's,
no.
exactly. That's
But
what
no,
he can do.
That's how robots think, William. That's how robots think. That's how emotionless,
Wait,
no
wait,
love robots.
Wait, hold on. So, I'm gonna ask you all, if you were in that situation, I know you answered this before. If
Right.
you're all in this situation, what would you have done?
Shut it down.
But that's
Memorialize
but that's the
What do you do?
But
There's
that's
something else
That's the
like-
thing.
I go, well, deactivate that. I'm
but
done.
but
Yep.
again,
Yeah, but it's not about logic. It's
Dylan,
about like look.
Dylan,
It sounds
was
cliche
in-
as shit,
we
but
talked-
love is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
right.
It really
One
is.
time. One at a time.
I
Boo.
talked
Yeah,
about
I
this.
know.
I
It
talked
hurt
about
me
this
coming
before.
out.
Hey, one at a time.
All right,
I
sorry.
talked about this before. There's a good reason. It's the most logical reason. It doesn't have to be a super complicated reason why he didn't. He really loved this girl. It's unclear if she loved him.
Yeah,
that much.
I'd say she didn't.
Oh, come on.
Will's
She
just, Will's just
Okay,
a
no.
complete cynic.
No. He's like, sure, idea of affection was a side hug. Like, she wouldn't even want to be,
She's
like,
like,
affectionate with me.
No,
He was like, I would have married her right away, but she refused to marry me.
Yeah.
And
He's
it's
desperate.
And now
Well,
she's
maybe.
haunting him, if we're to believe him.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's like, so that's.
Alright.
I think that's the perfect. I wouldn't say excuse. I would say reason because he really loved this girl. They were together for 5 years, and he really thought he was going to spend the rest.
And
of
You
his
can't
life.
just
Are you gonna do
delete.
that?
You can't just end it. He even explains that if I memorialize it or delete it, it would be too final for me.
Right, he's not acting rational.
Also,
and he admits it.
Also,
Right.
where do you go for?
But he
if-
knows.
Say,
That's-
if we're going with your reason, Will, if you actually deactivated it, completely took it off, he's got to be smart to know that there could be something else more going on with any other thing. You know, if you get rid of like this Facebook account, what else? Maybe
like,
something
he
else on the
wakes
account.
up and
or maybe
now
he wakes
her
up and like
corpse
he's
is-
dead, or like something like that.
He wakes
Also,
up, Jeff the killer's.
Okay,
also,
no,
in a sense, he could have been smart about
Or
that.
Twitter gets hacked the next time, or
Yeah,
Tumblr, Reddit.
That's and it
Also,
keeps
he
going.
wants to find the hacker. He doesn't want to.
It's-
He's
in other
going.
words,
He's gunning for
In
it.
other words,
not gonna
if
find
he
a
does
hacker.
not
You're not
find him
gonna
now,
find
he's
him.
not.
No,
Well, he wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
One at a time.
In other words, basically, if you deactivate the account, it's going to keep going and going and going, and he's going to have that drive to keep finding it.
Because if he, I feel like within the context of the story, if he would have deactivated it, the person, whoever it is, would just reactivate it
Yeah.
the next day and just
Yeah.
keep sending him messages.
Yeah.
All right. So where do you put him on the Melinda scale?
I would say I would say more along the lines of Charles Watts.
Yeah, I agree.
He thinks very logically, given the he's not as angry as Charles Watts is, but again, given the circumstances, he tries to think as rationally as possible.
Right, and this is my
So-
reasoning. My reasoning is when I look at something like a Melinda scale, I don't think of just the actions of the character. I think of them as a character
There's some
in the
character in the
story and
context,
how they were
right.
written.
Right.
And I think that it's a smart character. It's it's not just a one-dimensional logic robot that William wants. It's just delete Melinda, screw her.
He's just obsessed with a woman who doesn't love him back. That's all.
So
You really are just a negative.
It's
true.
I feel like there's
no,
some
I agree
kind
with
of-
Will.
I feel like there's some past history Will's not explaining to us.
He doesn't love her. He doesn't love
basically,
her.
so right now,
Piece of shit.
you guys have it. You guys
Right.
have it as Charles Watts.
More Charles
Then
Watts.
more Charles Watts up here. Then it goes to.
Oh, we're not keeping track of this shit. Come on.
Then it goes to Nathan. And then
You
at the
need to
bottom
have
list
like a
is Melinda.
scale that's
Yeah.
moving as we talk about.
Well, no,
it.
I put this
That's what I was picturing.
nameless narrator closer to Charles Watts because all
name's
of the
Nate.
actions are very believable.
His name's Nate. You're right. His name is Nate. He's not nameless.
Well, that's the name of the author. I don't know if that's maybe it is.
on the Facebook.
That's true.
You
On
asked.
Facebook, he's Nathan.
All right, well there you go.
This is
Nathan.
Nathan's thing.
William, what do you think?
Nathaniel.
I mean, you're talking Melinda scale or big picture?
Melinda scale.
Alright, I mean, I don't think this super rates, even just because this is not a traditional styled sort of horror or even creepypasta. Maybe this is a traditional style creepypasta story. But, like, the idea of Melinda scale is, like, you have, like, some sort of being, like, threatening you. He's not threatened ever in this story. Up until the very end, where they start showing up where he lives. That's the only moment where it gets uncomfortable.
I don't know. That's a little uncomfortable.
And he doesn't react because the story just cuts off. So at that point, I don't
well,
think
he may
even-
have just ran or drove away.
Yeah, no,
at that point.
The point is, like, when all you're dealing with is Facebook messages, he should have
What would you add to the story if you really?
What
wanted
I
to end this way?
well, I feel like if this were to be like a traditional horror movie, like right as we're about to hit that buildup where the monster
Unfriended.
reveals itself, because we're there now. The monster's where he lives. The monster, his dead girlfriend, whatever, same thing.
Right.
Or
She's
hacker.
where he's at. I'm expecting like him to go, and suddenly the room got really cold, kind of thing.
That's cliche, though.
It is
Come
really
on.
But
The end-
that's
the whole thing
the
is,
end
in a
is,
sense.
the end
Look,
is a little cliche.
I think
yes.
I don't want to call this author out. I
It's
don't
all
know. Maybe
cliche.
he could have written a cool climax. Maybe he's better for just cutting off before he hits there. You know.
How do you not think that this whole story is cliche? Like,
I know this is incredibly straightforward and just kind of. I mean, it's fine. It's well written.
we
It's
haven't
well
heard
done.
we haven't heard of a story, but we've heard of situations
Like,
like
we're not saying it's a bad story. It's
Yeah,
just
no.
kind of straightforward and I don't know.
To the point.
Considering that the discussion afterwards is longer than the actual reading, I think there's a lot to this story.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to talk about. It was kind of like with Wide Mouth.
I'm
Or there was,
Yeah, I
it
was
was
thinking
a
the
short
same thing.
story, but there
Is
was
it a gas leak? Is it?
carbon monoxide leak.
and then also with Funny
Sorry,
Mouth.
man.
And, I mean, I think when it offers a lot, I think the shorter stories can sometimes offer a lot more because you
Right.
kind of at least to your imagination.
It was good food for conversation.
all right.
It's like
So
less is
I give
more.
this story a thumbs up.
Is that we're doing that now?
It's a mess.
Yes, everybody give a thumbs up
It's a-
for the audio podcast.
I give a thumbs up.
comment, and subscribe.
Nate! Don't listen to him. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe! Now! Do it! This has been Skillfully, and I hope you've enjoyed the Scare Your Friends podcast. We will see you in the next episode. And always remember, stay awesome.
Yes.
And remember to scare your friends.